This is another big story of the weekend as well. Greg Murphy is back in a supercar in his natural habitat. And we, of course, were celebrating the notion of this last year, but it didn't happen as a result of all the COVID difficulties. And he's back in the car. He's done an enormous number of laps around this racetrack, and he'll use all of that innate understanding to try and deal with these conditions, because this is the wettest one that we've had for quite some time.
So you'll just press the throttle, and as you're trying to progress the throttle,
good start. Just make sure we're maximising the drive.
Immediately it'll flick into wheel spin, and as soon as they flick into wheel spin, they flick into oversteer. Oh, in the fence. That's Kurt Kostecki at turn 2. And we saw a similar thing yesterday. There's been a couple of cars through the Super 2 qualifying and practice sessions that have got themselves caught in that spot. And as the car progresses over those bumps, you have to modulate the brake every time you go over the bump. What he's done there is he's locked the front wheel and then not been able to get rid of the brake lock. They haven't got ABS, anti-lock braking system, like your road car.
The replay will tell us the story. So that's the 97, and yeah, that's the reason why he's gone in pretty hard there at turn 2 and the resulting damage that we could see. So he's done what Kurt Kostecki did. This is the onboard. It locked up late. He's trying to modulate the brake pedal, and he's gone in hard.
I've got spin steering on it. Seems okay. I think it might just be rubbing on the yard.
He's gone in hard there.
Yeah, we'll have a good look when you get back.
That was a big one. Forest Elbow, we get a second sector indication as he gasses it up. Second gear out of Forest Elbow. And he's about 0.2 of a second behind Whincup, who did that time earlier with, I think, a little less water on the racetrack in the early part of the session. Jamie did that time on lap 2, so he went out the gate and got stuck straight into it. But he has paid the price. He's whacked the wall at turn 2, and that car, by the way, is back in the garage just getting some surgery. And we've got another car in the wall, and this time it is Aaron Seaton. So that's heavy contact on the outside. That trigger a red, and it has. Over the top of the hill, a little bit too much pace. Gets that curbing that I spoke about. It's slippery. He's actually got a bit of grass as well. Then he's clamped the brake, can't steer it, and has gone headlong into the wall here, right front corner. Pretty hefty damage. It's double tyre barriers there. It's actually picked the thing up in the rear in the process. So that's another car now that's going to need some front end repair. That's done more damage than either of the two cars we've seen earlier. Let's just listen to this. Yeah, he was too far to the left.
Yep.
So a little bit too much pace, and then it was a tiny bit offline. Jack LeBrock whistles off into the distance, knows what that means.
Comparing that data when Matt Campbell was driving and understanding the steering and the throttle trace and the brake performance, just see Zane Goddard there firing off the road. That's also a very easy spot to go off. If you were the one that went off the road, you went through the sand trap or you hit the fence or whatever it was, you were actually part of cleaning the tyre. Well, there you go. There's Caruso off the road. That's down at the chase.
That'll be a red flag.
That will be a red flag. So, again, some of the learnings of the heritage and tradition of this sport.
Red flag, red flag.
This is the slow-mo of Michael going off the road. No real drama there, but once you get in there, it's compacted with the amount of water we've had, and there's no way you can get yourself out, especially when you've got some steering lock on. Here we go, we're on board. And lock lights, just look for the lights there on the top of the dash. So he's got the wheels locked, can't steer it, off he goes. It has those reactions.
Yeah, and they were blinking. It looked like Christmas across the top of the dash there, blinking flat out. All right, we got there. I think it was, what, 4 red flags in that session, maybe more. And Dale Wood got the job done for R&J Batteries. Brad Jones Racing in the Andre Heimgartner Holden Commodore. He's at the top on a 26. Fabian Coulthard, Jordan Boys, nice work. Declan Fraser, Matt Campbell, Warren Luff, James Moffat, Dylan O'Keefe, Zane Goddard, Jamie Whincup has spent the vast majority of that session in the pit lane, and you can see as we run through the balance of them here, there are a couple of tales of woe where people had some traumas. Greg Murphy ending up in 21st position.